250 meters now separating the Progress from the International Space Station as it flies from southwest to northeast over Central Europe. Everything going very smoothly with docking scheduled about 17 minutes from now. Just 3 hours and 6 minutes ago, this vehicle sat on a launch pad in Central Asia and now is in the final stages of completing the second two-orbit rendezvous to provide an expedited express delivery run to the International Outpost. We're in a handover between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system. Everything continuing to proceed on track. 3.7 tons of food, fuel, and supplies for the Expedition 59 crew about to be delivered to the International Space Station. Good view of the Progress resupply vehicle flying over the Ukraine, currently station keeping. Again, this hold position at a range of about 210 meters, designed to enable the flight control team at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov to assess the status of the Progress's systems before the final approach is initiated. Now the view from the Progress resupply vehicle. You can see again in the lower left-hand corner the distance, now 116 meters and closing. Currently closing at a rate of 0.66 meters per second. Excellent view of the Progress flying over southern Russia at an altitude of 254 statute miles. All of the Progress systems performing perfectly so far. In the middle of the crosshairs, you will see in time the alignment of that center point of the crosshairs with the docking target that's just underneath the docking port on the Piers docking compartment that you're looking at. That all negotiated by the Corps' automated rendezvous system that essentially bounces signals back and forth to a corresponding antenna on the Russian segment of the International Space Station to update navigational information for the Progress's computers, as it does for the Soyuz piloted vehicles during final approach. 60 meters now separating Progress and the station. The International Space Station and the Progress now flying over northwest Kazakhstan, several hundred kilometers north of where this vehicle launched from just over 3 hours ago. Less than 50 meters now until docking. And the Progress now, and as well as the station, about to move into an orbital sunset. And thruster firings very visible as the last vestiges of sunlight on this pass for the Progress vehicle glint off of its fuselage. Flying just to the south of the newly named capital of Kazakhstan, Nur-Sultan.
I would like to have you go to work with the AGC a little bit to improve the contrast. Oleg, it is up for you. Please work with the AGC mode so that you can see better. Copy.
Through an interpreter, you hear a conversation between the Russian flight controllers in Korolyov and Expedition 59 Commander Oleg Kononenko aboard the International Space Station as he watches the approach of the Progress on the monitor in the Zvezda service module. Just 25 meters now separating the Progress as it hones in on the Piers docking compartment.
The range is 16 meters and the closing rate 0.12. Copy.
approaching 10 meters.
The range is 12 meters. The closing rate 13,013, and the antenna is retracted, and all parameters are nominal. Copy.
The Progress about to nestle into a docking port, and you can see on the right side of your screen is the Soyuz MS-12 spacecraft that launched in March to carry Alexei Ovchinin, Nick Hague, and Christina Koch to the International Space Station. It is docked to the Rosviet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station. The approach now down to about 1/10 of a meter per second.
5 meters. A closing rate 0.11 meters per second. Copy. 4 meters. 0.11 closing rate. The final approach parameters are nominal. Copy.
Standing by for contact and capture. Contact confirmed. Docking confirmed at 9:22 a.m. Central Time, 10:22 a.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station and the Progress flew 254 miles over central China. So now we'll stand by for the relative motion between the two vehicles to dampen out before the docking probe is retracted on the Progress.
The docking process is completed. So the probe retraction is completed. Copy.
The retraction of the docking probe on the Progress will enable hooks to close to form a hard mate between the two spacecraft.
Copy. In work. Deactivating recording. Andrei.